Williamsville to Orchard Park, covering all of Western New York. This is News 4, your local news leader.
This coming Saturday, a walk to help people living with Parkinson's disease returns to SUNY Erie North in Amherst.
It's called Moving Day. Right now, we are joined by Chris Gemelli with the Parkinson's Foundation here in Western New York. Chris, it is a pleasure to have you back. Thank you so much for coming in.
It's so great to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Here you are celebrating 14 years of Moving Day. How does that feel?
It feels like it can't possibly be that long, but it is. It's our 14th year. The event has grown every single year. I was looking back just really quickly before I dashed out of my office, and just over the last 4 years, we've raised almost $400,000. Actually, over the last 3 years, almost $400,000 for the Parkinson's community and the foundation. And so, we're shooting for the sky again this year and trying to do some great work to really bring some answers to the community.
Yeah, and Moving Day, it's a national event, a national effort as well, right? Can you enlighten us about that national foundation and how do the local chapters fit in?
Sure. Well, we are a national foundation. In fact, we have international connections with our research and some of the other resources and stuff that we provide. But we do have chapters around the country, all working to help bring resources and education, as well as opening avenues to quality care to underserved communities as well as well-served communities. One of our goals is to make sure that the highest level of care possible is being provided for those with Parkinson's. And so the money raised at Moving Day helps us do that. It helps open those doors. It helps us train those medical professionals who see people with Parkinson's to make sure that they're treating people with the highest standards possible. And it helps us develop new resources to create new documents and booklets and handouts to be able to give to people, to create new webinars, to be able to bring education opportunities into the community, to draw the Parkinson's community together to provide them the most recent and updated information we can.
Looking ahead to this weekend's event, it not only supports those living with Parkinson's, it not only honors those who maybe have lost their battle with it, but it also supports the caregivers, right, and their families. What do you hear from them? When they see the community come together to celebrate movement, to support them, what does that mean to them?
It's really important to them. In so many cases, the care partner or the family kind of gets lost because the focus is on the person with Parkinson's. But the person with Parkinson's can't get through the day without that care partner or the love of the family members, friends, and colleagues. And so what's important to us is to make sure that those people who don't have a diagnosis, but they're affected by a diagnosis, know that we have resources for them as well. And it's an opportunity for them to come out and kind of share their experiences with other care partners and talk to other family members and to really just kind of feel that uplift and that spiritual refreshment, in a sense, of just knowing that, hey, there are other people out there that can help, and there's somebody else who I can count on to maybe share some ideas or thoughts or get some help from.
Some people may be wondering, how prevalent is Parkinson's disease locally here?
Well, that's difficult to say. There's no question that cases of Parkinson's go underreported or unreported at times. What we do know is that there are approximately 1 million people in the U.S. alone who are living with Parkinson's. We estimate that maybe across New York State there are about 70,000. I think that's a low figure. But new calculations show that there's a diagnosis made every 6 minutes. And the rate of diagnosis of Parkinson's has risen nearly 8 times faster than that of Alzheimer's over the last 20 years. It's the fastest growing chronic progressive neurological ailment right now in the world.
During Moving Day, you hear emotional stories and testimonies, and, it's also a fun event, right? There's a lot of joy and happiness for those who might have never been to a Moving Day event before. Maybe they're looking to come out for the first time. Tell us a little bit about what people can expect.
Well, it is a fun event. Yeah. It's great to see the Parkinson's community get together because it's one of the rare opportunities we get that many people together at one time. And so people just really enjoy that. They make connections that they've made years ago and they reconnect. We're going to have movement demonstrations because movement is so critical in the battle against the symptoms. And so we'll have a number of movement demonstrations that people get involved in. We have fun with that. We have a We Move ceremony where we tell a story about someone with Parkinson's, and we kind of let people visit with our exhibitors and our sponsors to learn about local resources or new treatments that might be available. And then we kick off the walk. And we always have 2 walk routes, one a short walk route for those who need that, it's about a half a mile, and then a longer walk route, which is just a little over 2 miles for those who are more ambitious and want to take it on. And we'll have water stations and refreshments. We'll have some entertainment out there. It's really a fun day.
Well, if there is a community across the country that can rally around an effort, it is definitely Western New York. And
it is.
Western New York will do that once again this coming Saturday.
Yes, we'll be at SUNY North, 9 o'clock. Hope to see everybody there.
All right.
Chris,
Great, Chris.
thank you so much. Hope the event is a big success.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
If you at home missed any of this, you can find this entire interview up on our website, WIVB.com.